Let's talk about the power of a professional phone presence. When people call your company, what do they feel when they hear you? What do they think? Do you sound like a professional? Do you sound like you know what you're talking about? Are you being considerate of the other person? Are you being kind? Are you asking good questions? How does it sound? I asked this question because I just went on a walkthrough with a little sweet old lady. She managed a small office and she needs some help keeping it clean, right? And so ended up going to the walkthrough, and from the time I walked in the door, I knew immediately I got this one. I knew it because of the connection that we made over the phone. And during the walkthrough, I could just tell that she appreciated my approach, my professionalism, and the way that I was just handling myself or carrying myself, right? And after the walkthrough, you know, we sat down and had a few questions. She asked me some questions, I asked her some questions. And one of the very most important questions I like to ask too, once all that's done, I just asked her, hey, how did you hear about us? And she looked at me, she said, you know, I just did a quick Google search for cleaning companies in the area and I found you. You were the first one that popped up, which surprised me for one, because I didn't realize that I ranked so high on Google out here. I don't know how that works out. There's certain algorithms or whatever. Maybe I was just closer to her, but man, get on Google because that's gonna help you out too. You never know who was out there looking for you. Anyway, man, I ended up getting called and she told me, she said, man, you know, you just have such a professional phone presence. You have such a great on the phone presence. I just felt like I could trust you immediately. You didn't make fun of me. You were considerate. You worked around my schedule. It just worked out with you. And she told me some of the people that she called, they made fun of her with some of the questions she asked. They would just blurt out certain numbers, you know, super high extreme numbers before even seeing the place, which when she asked me what the price was or whatever, she asked me if I could quote her a price on the phone. I simply answered that question with another question. Ma'am, would it be okay if I come by and look at the place first? Absolutely, absolutely, right? She told me I could. I ended up setting the walkthrough up. And in that moment, y'all, I instantly realized that selling starts the moment you answer the phone. You answer the phone and you start selling immediately with the first thing you say, whatever. Y'all, about 5 years ago, I made it a habit. Whenever I seen a number that I didn't recognize on my phone, when it came up, I made it a habit to answer the phone like this. Hello, this is Darian, just like that. I wanted to speak like a professional. I wanted to sound like I'm about business, right? I would have cousins or aunties or whoever that I didn't have their number, they would call me or whatever, and hello, this is Darian. They'd be like, what? This is such and such. And I'm like, oh, how you doing or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But that I was training my brain to think this is a potential client. This is a potential client, right? And over the time, that's just what I got accustomed to. Still to this day, I answer the phone, hello, this is Darian. And she hit me with, hey, is this such and such cleaning company? Yes, ma'am, it is. And you go from there, right? And from the moment you answer the phone, you are selling, right? The whole process starts. So this made me come up with a framework that I thought about. There's 4 steps. There's only 4 steps to creating a client, long-term client creation, right? Number 1 is initial contact. They call you or you call them, that's their first impression, right? You have to ace the first impression. If you don't get the first impression, you don't get the walkthrough. The walkthrough, you have to ace the walkthrough. Then you send a proposal and you get a signed contract. Number 4 is backing up what you just wrote down on your proposal, right? You back up, you walk the talk, right? This is where you do a great job for them and they fall in love with you forever, right? This is where they become a client forever. And so y'all, this is how it happens. By the way, I ended up getting the contract on the spot. We ended up coming up with a number. I told her something. It's like $70 for a quick little, the place was it literally had 1 bathroom. There was a receptionist desk and there was an office and a little conference room. It was about the size of a little studio apartment or something, right? Not even 400 square feet. But I'm gonna go in that place, I'm gonna take care of it like nothing. People were quoting her like $200, $180, stuff like that, without even seeing the place. That's how you shoot yourself in the foot. So y'all, I say all that to say, go and make the walkthrough. But first of all, that initial contact, when you answer the phone, you need to sound like a professional, act like a professional, think like a professional, be a professional, and you will be successful in this business. So that's all I got right there, y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.